Hi there. I've seen a lot of episodes of Intervention. I work in healthcare. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of people who've been addicted. So I don't always approve of overdosing on the drugs, but today I'm going to inject some of that fine hopium into our veins. I want to give you reasons to believe in the LA Kings in Game 7 tonight up in Edmonton. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is Faithful Angelenos. It's April 14th, 2022, and I actually do sincerely believe the Kings are going to win tonight. By the way, it's also Galaxy Saturday. Wifey and I are going to spend the day at the beach and then go over to the Diggity to see the boys play. If you like the content we've been putting out for the last couple of months, and by the way, we had new subscribers last night. Thanks for getting in on the ground floor. Clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notifications bell. Hit that. We drop new videos between 9 and 10 a.m. every day. It'll let you know it's there. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And yes, comments. I have people tell me I'm a dumbass all the time. Join the crowd. It's not a big deal. Last night at the Ravine, bad night for the Dodgers. They lose again. 4 out of 5 they've lost. It was to Philadelphia, 12-10. They are now tied for San Diego for first place in the NL West. Very busy schedule today for LA sports. Mentioned the Kings playing Edmonton. That game, winner-take-all Game 7, takes place at 7 p.m. Also at 7 p.m., the Phillies and the Dodgers once more. The Colorado will play LAFC at 12:30 p.m. The Sparks will take on Connecticut. Connecticut has pro sports. Who knew? For that matter, the WNBA. Who knew? That game's at 4 o'clock, and the Galaxy will take on FC Dallas, 7:30 tonight. Clayton Kershaw was placed on the 15-day injured list. He has right SI joint inflammation. Now, the SI joint, think of it as hip adjacent, the sacroiliac, basically down yonder. Garrett Cleavinger was recalled for AAA Oklahoma City. He will take the place. Here's the Dodgers. We had been talking about it even before pitchers started turning up injured. 31 games, 30 days. That's a big ask for this pitching staff. And right now, you're looking down now to a rotation of 4 people. Julio Urias, Walker Buehler, Tony Gonsolin, and some guy, Tyler Anderson. We don't even necessarily know who the 5th starter is. Remember, Andrew Heaney also got hurt, right? So they've been rotating people up. It's going to keep going. By the way, Kershaw said he got an MRI on the hip region, the SI joints, and no structural damage noted. David Price, he should rejoin LA next week. Now, I recognize he was a Cy Young Award winner as a starter, but Dave Roberts is saying, no, don't expect him to start. He's going to be a reliever. Trevor Bauer also, in Dodgers notes, his grievance hearing with Major League Baseball will be on May 23rd. He and his legal team, they'll face a 3-person panel. One of them is going to be an arbitrator. I make no predictions. Lakers news. Remember how Bill Plaschke of the LA Times wanted Doc Rivers as a coach? Nope, not happening. He's staying in Philly. But The Athletic is listing 2 guys who apparently made a good impression on the Lakers in their search for a new coach. Bucks assistant Darvin Ham and former Portland coach Terry Stotts. They're apparently the front runners. I'm not high on either one of them. I don't necessarily believe about what I'm reading about Darvin Ham. After all, they want to interview a second Bucks assistant. Tells me he did exactly win the job in his first interview. And Terry Stotts, Portland, under his guidance, played no defense whatsoever. None. 0. LAFC notes, columnists who cover MLS have been trashing the idea of the black and gold signing Giorgino Chiellini, the Italian legend. Why? Because he's 37. And honestly, I buy their complaints. If LAFC does sign him, great name, great reputation, Bad idea. LAFC plays with a very high defensive four, and you're asking a 37-year-old man to turn around and run back after they get caught in the transition game. Bad idea. Meanwhile, I mentioned earlier that my wife and I are going to go see the LA Galaxy tonight. And I hate doing this, but you got to call out your own. The Cabra Costa Scoramita, where we wonder when and if Kevin Cabral or Douglas Costa will actually score for the blue and gold. Kevin Cabral has played 559 minutes, 0 goals, 0 assists. Douglas Costa, 522 minutes, 1 goal, no assists. Yes, they have combined for 1,081 minutes and had 1 goal. Not exactly a bright idea by the Galaxy front office. Now, regardless of tonight's score up in Edmonton, I think we should all take a moment and appreciate just how far the LA Kings have advanced since last year. I mean, savor it. For the last 4 years, there was just no sense of hope. And now not only do you have hope, you have a sense that, wait a second, they really did the job when they started to rebuild this thing from the foundation up. But you still want to win, right? You do. So I'm going to give you these reasons why I think the LA Kings are going to pull off the upset tonight and advance to the second round of the NHL playoffs. This is a game that I think you need to be really excited about for a variety of reasons. As a franchise, the Kings have won 4 consecutive Game 7s. That is not, however, why I think they're going to win tonight in Edmonton. What has me excited is when the Kings were winning Stanley Cups back in the early, in 2012, 2014, they had a guy, Justin Williams, who always put up such big numbers in clutch time that his nickname was Mr. Game 7. They knew he was going to show up and carry the team. And tonight, we get to find out if the Kings are going to have a new Mr. Game 7. To be clear, the obvious bet is the Oilers. Connor McDavid has been carrying the entire team on his back. Hell, he's been carrying the city of Edmonton on his back for the entire series. They doubled his shifts. They even added the second line center, Leon Draisaitl, up to the first line to create a super potent first line. And McDavid leads the series with 12 points. So he's been terrific, been absolutely terrific. But there's been a reason that they decided to push all the talent up top and create this super line. It's because the Kings system has been frustrating the living hell out of Edmonton. And for a franchise like the Oilers that has fumbled away so many first-round playoff opportunities, that's why I consider this to be on upset alert. The Kings have gotten in everybody else's head during the whole series, and if you keep losing in the first round, you're probably going to be a little mentally fragile. I think the Kings take advantage of that. The Kings are a system team. Now that system, I don't want to go too crazy scribbling on the dry erase board. It's similar to a left wing lock, a defense used by the New Jersey Devils back in the 1990s. It's kind of like if you watch a lot of basketball, college basketball in particular, you know what a zone defense is. The Kings do something similar. It's like a 1-3-1 zone defense in basketball. You got one defenseman in the back of the zone, and you're flooding the neutral zone, flooding the central ice with three people playing defense and one guy basically chipping in as well. The idea is to keep the opponent from just breezing through the neutral zone and setting up shop in the attacking areas. The Kings flood the middle, and the idea is, like I said, Edmonton is a speed team, but they don't get any momentum going in the attacking zone. Now, McDavid, because he's such a tremendous talent, he's arguably the best player in the game. And there is a video clip of a goal that he had in Game 1 where he just destroyed the 1-3-1. But you can't destroy the 1-3-1 consistently, and that's what the Kings are banking on. So imagine for a moment a Game 7 in front of a crowd of drunken lunatic Canadians, hyped up on maple syrup that they've spiked with rum or whatever, urging the Oilers to go for blood. And Edmonton just throws everything they can at the LA Kings. But if this 1-3-1 holds up And especially if the LA Kings land that first goal in a counterattack, Kings get that first goal, this defensive alignment tightens like a boa constrictor around the neck of a team that's known for choking. Are you starting to see where I'm working here? This is not a done deal for Edmonton to advance. LA has accomplished a lot of what it has wanted to do in this series. They've peppered goalie Mike Smith with a boatload of shots. Not that they were all great shots, but Mike Smith sometimes gets a little bit too cute when he's trying to control the puck. So if he's not stopping it and holding on to the puck, he's trying to play it out of the back end. So the shots that aren't great, the shots that don't go in, lead to rebounds. That can lead to opportunities for LA. See, the only time the Kings have been in consistent trouble is when the Oilers are on the power play. Right? The Oilers scored, I think it was 10 goals on the power play overall in the series, because you take one of these players in the 1-3-1 away, and now, of course, Edmonton does get momentum going in the attacking zone. That's what would happen if the Kings get in the penalty box. But do you really think the refs are going to start calling a lot of penalties in a Game 7? I don't. I think the players are going to get a chance to let themselves to police themselves in a Game 7. The refs don't want to be the difference maker in Game 7. They don't. It's referee mentality. Let them figure it out on their own on the ice. So yeah, I don't think the Kings are going to be shorthanded a lot. To me, the exciting thing, like I mentioned earlier, is who's going to be the new Game 7, Mr. Game 7 for LA. It could be anyone. McDavid has been a one-man wrecking crew for Edmonton. The Kings have not had that luxury. It could be Adrian Kempe. He stole Game 5 with a couple of goals, including one in overtime. I mean, Trevor Moore had 3 points in the opener of the series. Carl Grundstrom had a 3-point game. What about Philip Deneau? He's played a tremendous two-way game the entire series, and he led Montreal to the Stanley Cup Finals last year. Or what about Jonathan Quick possibly stealing a game in net? For old time's sake. All of these things could happen. So yes, if you're a Kings fan, be excited tonight. Be very excited. Yes, the odds suggest home ice advantage, and the best player in hockey should carry the day tonight. But I have a really strong hunch it goes to the Angelenos. Just a strong hunch. Now, if you enjoyed today's broadcast, then thank you very much. I appreciate you. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel, because we are trying to build something here. My name's James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Corte El Queso production. Have a great day. Bye-bye.